Alright, so we're starting chapter 4. It's called Mass, Temperature, and Volume. First section, 4.1, is on temperature conversions. So in the United States, they use this thing called the Fahrenheit scale, right here. And in the rest of the world, including Canada, we use Celsius, okay? And Celsius you should be familiar with. That's the metric unit, while the Fahrenheit is the imperial unit. These two formulas are the conversion formulas that you need to use. Order of operations does matter for these, and on my formula sheet it says Celsius to Fahrenheit. This is on my formula sheet. 9 divided by 5 times the Celsius plus 32. Okay, so that's if you'd like to convert a Celsius to a Fahrenheit. Okay, so that would be this one there. Now, if you'd like to go from Fahrenheit to Celsius, it's like kind of like going backwards on the formula. So see how we added 32 in the other formula? First, we have to subtract 32. So do that first. F subtract 32. Let me just clean that up. F subtract 32. Once you get that answer, then times by 5 and divide by 9. So it's kind of just like the opposite of the other formula. So the formula on the bottom is this one here. And I just wrote it a little bit differently so that you'll never make mistakes with order of operations. And it's on my formula sheet, so if you have one of those, you should be okay. Now what this first section is going to do is just ask you to convert temperatures and then ask questions or answer questions. So it says a cake has to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. At what temperature should you set your oven in Celsius? So Celsius will equal F take away 32. Once you get that answer, times by 5 and divide by 9. So 350 take away 32. And once you get that answer, times by 5 and divide by 9. So it's a pretty straightforward formula. If you just follow what's on my sheet and what's on this page right here, you're going to be okay. So I get 176.6 repeating degrees Celsius. Sophie is making fudge. Here they give you Fahrenheit, so they want it in Celsius. So exact same formula. Take away the 32 first, times by 5, divide by 9. This is one of the easiest sections in the blue book that you're working through. This one's 114 degrees Celsius. Same thing, here it is in Fahrenheit, change to Celsius, so 2190, take away 32, get that answer, times by 5, divide by 9. (1,198.8 degrees Celsius). Okay, so like I said, it's one of the easier sections in the book. Now on to number 4. It says that there's a normal temperature range for a dog, and the dog's temperature is in Celsius. Convert to Fahrenheit. Okay, so let's convert this to Fahrenheit. So it can go from C to F. It's 9 divided by 5 times the Celsius plus 32. So just remember, you always do timing and dividing first, but you can even go left to right if you're using my formula sheet, so it's super simple. So do 9 divided by 5 times 40 degrees Celsius plus 32, and you get 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you just have to answer this question. Is she in the proper range for the temperature of a dog? And the answer is no. She's too hot, so she probably has a fever. The dog's probably sick. Okay, next question. Make sure you read it. Should not apply paint if it's below 45. So let's just convert this Celsius. 9 divided by 5 times the Celsius. Right, remember the Celsius goes here. So times by 9 degrees Celsius. And then we'll add 32 once we get that answer. 9 dividing by 5 times the 9 degrees Celsius plus 32. I got 48 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's above 45, so it is okay to apply the paints. So two formulas, if you can remember these two formulas, and well, you got my formula sheet, this section's basically done. It's likely the easiest section in the book. Okay, Chinook winds, blah blah blah, extreme temperature change, blah blah blah. Here's a temperature change right there, it rose. Okay, so what was the change in temperature in degrees Fahrenheit? Well, I'll draw a picture for you. And you might remember a thermometer or a number line. Let's put 0 in the middle. Okay, 0 degrees Celsius is in the middle. That will be like the freezing point for water. I'll put 100 up here. Degrees Celsius, that's the boiling point for water. And here's freezing for water. And that's the whole reason why we use Celsius. It's like benchmarks that we understand and we can relate to. So here we go, temperature change. So basically what happened is somewhere down here on the Fahrenheit side, it's minus 54 Fahrenheit. Okay, minus 54 Fahrenheit. Then it goes all the way up past 0 to 49 Fahrenheit. So somewhere on this scale, 49 Fahrenheit. So it's important to understand that when you subtract these numbers, and you always take the second number first, so 49 subtract negative 54 to see how much of a change the temperature is. So it was 103 degrees Fahrenheit change, right? It had to go roughly 50 to 0 and another 50 to the temperature, so it's about 100, okay? We always use subtraction to find out the difference between something. And guys, it's okay to subtract negatives if they're negative, right? If, well, one of them is negative, so it's okay to do that. Alright, so next question says, what's the min and max in Celsius? Okay, so we gotta go from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So grab my formula sheet, F take away 32. So negative 54 take away 32 times a 5 divided by 9. And same thing, F to C for the max, which was 49. So 49 take away 32 times a 5 divided 9. Get these two answers for the min and the max. And on your calculator, you need to make sure that you're using the negative button, not the subtraction button. Okay, negative 54, take away. Now you can use the subtraction button. 32 times the 5, divide a 9. Negative 47.7, repeating, degrees Celsius. And the max, 49, take away 32. Times the 5, divide a 9. 9.4 repeating degrees Celsius. Then it says, okay, what was the change in temperature in degrees Celsius? Okay, so take the second number and subtract the first number. 9.4 repeating, take away negative 47.7, and we arrive at 57.2 repeating degrees Celsius. Alright, practice your new skills, and that's it for today's lesson.